there are a lot of big basic decks going around right now, so I'm going to show you how to punish them with Tyranitar. This is literally just Rhyperior, but better. Friendship ended with Rhyperior. Tyranitar is the new homie. Tyranitar has 160 HP, just like Rhyperior did, but he has this very powerful ability, Power Link, which means if I have an Arceus or Arceus EX on my bench, I'm going to be doing 30 more damage. So Tyranitar does 160. That extra 10 damage over Rhyperior is huge, okay? 160 is such a fantastic number to be hitting for, especially against all of these big EX Pokemon that are going around. Now, this is a very tricky card to get set up. So we're doing what we did with Rhyperior, and we're using Regirock to hold the fort, keep us stable while we try to set up our Tyranitar on the bench. And I'm telling you, once you get a Tyranitar set up in these matchups, you just win. It's over. Your opponent can't one-shot it. Tyranitar takes one-hit knockouts on everything. It's fantastic. And then we are just playing one, a little bit greedy here, but we're just playing the one Arceus. You only need the one Arceus. You're never really going to be attaching energy to it. And I elected to go with this over the Arceus EX because I like being a one-prize deck only. I like that if I start this Arceus, I can get it out of the active spot, and hopefully my opponent just ignores it with Cyrus. If it was an Arceus EX and it got damaged, and then my opponent Cyrused it in the late game, that'd be 2 prizes, and it would put me very, very far behind and make it much easier for them to win the game. Now, you can see this deck is going to be very weak to bench sniping strategies. The good thing is that they kind of suck right now. There's not a whole bunch of them going around in the meta, so we're not playing any sort of counter to that. Like, there's no potions here. We have 1 XP, 2 Pokeball, a Communication, 1 of each of the good tool cards, a Cape and a Rocky Helmet, 2 Research, 2 Leaf, and 1 Sabrina. We're not playing any of them because I just want to focus on beating these big basic decks, getting my Tyranitar set up as consistently as possible, and have him attack and win me the game. There's no need to muddy up the list any further with cards that are going to help me win those matchups. So this is the list. Let's get into some games and take down some big basic decks. Water deck with a Shaman is a little peculiar, for sure. Don't totally know what we're running into, but we'll just go ahead and slam everyone down on the bench. Some sort of Palkia or Articuno variant, maybe? I'm not positive. Let's hopefully get a little bit more information. Okay, probably some sort of Palkia variant. Oh, buddy started double Pokeball. Must be nice, must be nice. Must be nice thinning those cards. And double Pokeball and Research. Alright. Must feel fantastic. Okay. Leafeon Yanmega. Leafeon Yanmega. Shouldn't be too bad. Our Regirock's gonna take some damage here, but nothing that can one-shot our Tyranitar. And Tyranitar is gonna be knocking both of these guys out right back, so not the worst thing. Not the worst thing. We do sort of need to start getting set up. We don't love that our opponent went second, because they now can get a attack off early, which is not great for us. But we see the attachment right to the Shaman, so I like that. It means we get one more turn. One more turn to help our setup a little bit. Forest Breath to the Leafeon. Sure. Leafeon's going to have to two-shot this Regirock. Okay, so he looks like he's going to try to go for the Yanmega to one-shot this Regirock. That means I'm just going to throw a Giant Cape on him. I'll put the Giant Cape on the Regirock so I know he lives a hit. That's not going to help you once Tyranitar comes up. I would love just a Research, honestly. There's a Larvitar. Okay, well, it's... I do kind of got to place him for some sort of Sabrina protection, but now we can just go Giant Cape here. And let our opponent know that, hey, you're not taking a prize. If you Sabrina up the Larvitar instead of going through the Regirock, I don't mind that either. And it's fine that we didn't find a Pupitar that turn, because we do still need, you know, 2 more attachments to get there. But it is pretty important that we find Pupitar this turn. Let's see. Second Regirock. Okay. Yeah, not great for us by any means. So we just pass over, I guess. And they're giving us one... I mean, we're sort of running out of time here to find our evolutions. We didn't get the God Hand like my opponent. My opponent has seen double Research, double Pokeball. We've seen neither of them to thin our deck. Our opponent got to thin their deck, and we didn't. So, it is what it is. You gotta love games like that, man. Your opponent just gets their only consistency cards, and you sit here fumbling with your top decks. Getting things that do not help whatsoever. So now we push Larvitar. And bench Regirock as well to be Sabrina Protection. There's Pupitar. One turn too late, my friend. And now we don't have any form of protection from just a Sabrina for my opponent to win, because we used that cape early to stop an early knockout. And that Yanmega, it'll be free to come up and knock out anything on the bench with a Sabrina. There's another Shaman. Like, is it likely my opponent doesn't find a Sabrina? No. They only have 4 cards left in their deck. I'm sure this deck plays a lot of them. It has the space to play support. Well, does it? I mean, it's going... it looks like it's probably playing the Irida package. Maybe they're only playing Cyrus. Maybe they're only playing Cyrus, and Tyranitar can actually get this done. I'm doubtful. But we'll just have to find out what our opponent has. Land Crush. That is such an underwhelming damage noise for doing 160. It is like the smallest little hit. Let's see. Our opponent's considering. Yeah. I still stand by using that Giant Cape early. Our opponent was gearing up to just go swing with Yanmega, take out a Regirock. We'd be in the same position if we hadn't used Giant Cape. There's Eevee. Show me the Sabrina if you've got it. Our opponent's playing a little... No Sabrina! Alright! We get there. We get there. I thought there might not be, because they are playing like 4 extra Pokemon than the normal deck goes. They didn't like blue or anything, right? I have to check this because I wasn't paying too much attention. There's no blue here. Yeah, okay. So that's just a Land Crush for game. Surprised we got that one. That was very, very sad for draws on our part. But no Sabrina meant my opponent couldn't get around the Tyranitar when he became active. So, good games. Okay, we're staring at an Execute. I'm going to do something a little controversial that I always do. I'm going to hold the Pokeball in hopes that I find a separate basic. The thing with Tyranitar is I don't have an attachment right now. So I'm not really too concerned with getting the Tyranitar up. Like, no matter what, I still need to attach a lot. Oh, it's Celebi Venusaur. Or Celebi Serperior. This can't be good for us. This simply cannot be good for us. The Serperior is going to be able to roll. Okay, second Pokeball. Cool. So hopefully we get our Larvitar off this. But I wanted another basic so I have some sort of Sabrina protection. I don't want to just put a lone Larvitar on the bench, if I even get one. There he is. Okay. So we go Larvitar, we go Arceus, and attach. Can we talk about this Larvitar art, by the way? Like, what? This guy is so just... He's an interesting looking critter. He looks gluttonous, I'll say that much. Now, this doesn't seem to be Exeggutor EX, which is fine by me because it means that our opponent won't be swinging this turn. Now, I'm going to hope that my opponent's bench just stays like this, because what I will look to do... Well, I will need to get through this Exeggutor. The Celebi is going to be scary no matter what once that comes up. We will be able to use Giant Cape to demand another... what is it? Another coin flip heads from my opponent. But he's going to have so many coin flips with the Serperior. I even wonder if I just go like Sabrina now to delay things a little bit. Like maybe delay one attachment. That... but what if he just... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can't leave this guy. You know, once I get Tyranitar, I'm going to have to knock this out because he will return KO my Tyranitar easily. So maybe it's better to leave this thing in the active spot and you know, try to trick my opponent into thinking he can attack with it, or he should attack with it. Because this is a guaranteed knockout. This is a guaranteed knockout on my Tyranitar. But it is... The Celebi is a gamble on whether or not he can do it. Okay, this is good though, because that doesn't knock me out. And I can just hold all of this, I guess. Yeah, we just hold all of this. My opponent is not quite getting what he needed. Obviously, he doesn't have the Serperior because he attached to the Exeggutor. I like not seeing Serperior yet. I'm not going to love my opponent flipping 6 coins, but it is still possible for me to tank it. And yeah, no, this is looking okay. Because even if my opponent benches another basic here to send up to try to buy some time and get more attachments on Celebi after this, okay. It's looking decent. It's looking decent. If we can dodge Serperior, I'm going to feel really good about it. Now, at this point, I'm going to hope that there's no other basic. And I'm free to knock out or just use Sabrina to win. So let's go communicate, because I would like another basic here, I guess. Just in case my opponent goes Sabrina. Like a Larvitar here would be the best case scenario. There's a Regirock. Okay. That's fine. I just don't want the Arceus to get knocked out. But this, you know, I feel like even if he does Sabrina, I can't send up the Regirock because the Regirock's going to be stuck. The Arceus, I can at least go attach X speed. And I don't think my opponent's going to go for the send up Celebi Sabrina play, hope to get a prize that way. We'll just have to see. If it's Serperior, he's flipping 6 coins. He'll have to roll higher than average to get the knockout, which I feel fine with. They're Serperior. Okay, so unfortunately, it is what it is. This game's going to come down to, does my opponent get more head flips than the average amount? Let's find out. If not, we just swing back, and that's the game. Took him a while to find that Serperior. 1 Tails is a good start. 2 Tails is a good start. There we go. All right. He only got 2 heads. Tyranitar eats that. Nice. All right, he just couldn't quite get the Serperior set up, and he had to use a lot of extra energy on that Exeggutor. And now, yep, doesn't even let me do it. Saw the coin flips and left. Listen, man, you were asking to flip above average. I like going second with a hand like this. This is nice. This is nice. And Weavile, it's still something that 2 shots Regirock, right? As long as it's not 1-shotting me, I don't feel too bad about it. That Rocky Helmet's not going to matter. It's not going to put Tyranitar into range. We have the communicate. We have everything. Let's just go hunt for more Pokemon. Let's not use those Pokeballs first. Yep. All right, cool. We got 1 Larvitar out of it. I like that. And now we get to see who else is going to come along. I might... You know what? I have Regirock. I have Larvitar. Let's just hold. To 50-50 to get... who is it? To get Arceus. I don't need... Like, the only thing I'm missing here is I'm missing Arceus and I'm missing... Tyranitar. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with playing it like this. My opponent, in order to do any meaningful damage this turn, is going to have to go... Well, there's research, so we're not worried about getting Dawn plus Darkrai. He can do 10 damage, which means it's still going to be a 2-shot, right? Maybe the Darkrai fixes things up and it'll let the Regirock go down to, like, the ping damage, but that's okay. We have the Giant Cape to try to get around that. All right, just attach there. We got a couple more turns of me feeling fine to hold. I just want to see more Pokemon. I have Pokeball and Communication in here. There's, like, I'm not looking for much else. I'm just looking to get the Tyranitar set up. And drawing another Pokemon of any kind makes Communication stronger, and it makes Pokeball stronger if it's another basic. Okay, so... I'm just still drawing... Well, you know what? I can go Rocky Helmet. Now, I can go Rocky Helmet if my opponent swings into this. Tyranitar will get the Revenge KO without... what is it called? Without Arceus. So we can just wait a little bit longer. There's another Larvitar, which we will probably just communicate away on the following turn. Is that all my Pokeball? Yeah, that's all my Pokeball. So I could have done it that turn, actually. It didn't really matter that much. That's why I was trying to hold on the Pokeball to either draw the Larvitar straight and then not have to worry about, finding their second leaf. Okay, so it's fine. It's getting a little tricky here, though. I will admit. Let's hope this is Tyranitar. Okay, it is Tyranitar. Awesome. So, in that case, I can go... I almost wonder if it's better to attach the Regirock... Nah, it can't be. It can't be. I'm just going to delay myself another turn doing that. Let's Giant Cape the Pupitar. And we can just also show him we have the Tyranitar. Our opponent has not found Darkrai. I don't know how. Darkrai is going to... I'm just afraid of, like, Darkrai plus Sabrina. But if he does that, he's not doing anything with the Weavile. Like, he's doing 30 to Tyranitar. And that still doesn't put Tyranitar anywhere close to knockout range from either of my opponent's attacks. Whether it be a Weavile or a Darkrai. Not like he can attack with Darkrai, but yeah. We are gonna want the we're gonna want Darkrai or Arceus at some point though, obviously. Yeah. Is the math gonna work out for him? Without, like, if I don't get Arceus, will I lose my Tyranitar before he does what he needs to do to win the game? Swinging for 130. I'll take 20 from this. I'll go down to 160. My opponent will attach, bring me down to 140. Then it'll attach again, and then switch. No, I should be good. I should be good. Especially seeing that Giant Cape. Yeah, there's that, like I was expecting. Well, I guess if my opponent has Sabrina here, then maybe I'll be in range of that. Of losing the game. Essentially losing the game without finding Arceus. We'll just have to find out. We have double Leaf, so we can send up Regirock and just go attach Leaf. Okay, cool. Then, in this case, we should just be fine. We have double Leaf in hand to get out of this Regirock twice in a row. Attach. Leaf. We'll just go knock out this Weavile. Rocky Helmet was very, very important, so we could do so. Also, our opponent putting a Rocky Helmet here instead of putting a Giant Cape is the only reason why this is working. There we go. Now my opponent somehow has to get through a Tyranitar with 160 HP and no follow-up attacker. Besides this Darkrai. And we can still just find Arceus off the top here to win the game. But if my opponent benches something that can be knocked out by Tyranitar, we got the Sabrina in hand to just end the game right then and there. But this giant wall might be too much for him to deal with. It might just be too much. Communication. I don't really know what that could find that I'm scared of. I guess if he went bench Sneasel, bench Darkrai. Cyrus. Okay, that's not going to help you, and you did not ping my Darkrai. You pinged my Regirock for some reason. Which I'm fine with. Arceus off top to end it? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm not going to research. How many cards do I have left? I have 5. Yeah, we're not gonna play this game. We're gonna go get the first attachment in. If my opponent wants to try to Cyrus stall or Sabrina stall the Regirock, that's fine with me. Because by that point, you know, Tyranitar is not gonna get knocked out by any one thing attacking in the active spot. We'll be able to retreat the Regirock eventually, and we'll probably have an Arceus by that point. Which means whatever my opponent... See, he is going for the stall. He's going for the stall. I don't know what he tries to do. He could try to draw this game out. This game's going to get drawn out, but I don't really see a way that we lose this. I guess my opponent's best bet would be to go... Well, he's already used Cyrus. I was going to say he could go... What is it? Spiritomb over and over again. And there's Arceus. Okay. He's finally here. Well, that's both Cyrus down, so the only thing my opponent could have is... What is it? Sabrina. And we're just going to go ahead and make that impossible for him. Oh, I should not have benched Larvitar. Oh, that was a mistake. Well, I can probably get him evolved before this play potentially becomes a problem. No. Okay, if my opponent has... Oh, no. Why did I do that? Please no... Oh, wait, he's out of Cyrus. What am I talking about? I was going to say, my opponent could have gone bench Spiritomb, retreat into the Spiritomb, ping, and then Cyrus up the... Or attach the... Regirock and then Cyrus up the Larvitar and take the knockout, but he's out. He's out, right? Yeah, he's used both of them. He's used both of them. We don't have anything to worry about. My opponent just has to watch me attach. And he's just prolonging his death here, really. This Sneasel has to go 2 for 2. Sneasel, how bad do you want to get out of this game? Oh, he's not going to do it. Okay. That's fine. Let's just keep evolving this guy, I guess. End turn. And next turn we win. I don't think my opponent has a way to stop it. Like, we just send up Tyranitar. Right? If he goes attach, we just send up Tyranitar, and that's it. You don't send up anyone else, because that would lose us the game. Just T-Tar. Well, hold on. I am, like, playing to lose right now. I'm not kidding. I'm actually playing to lose. I've given my opponent a way back into this. If he has Sabrina. But, wait, my last card is X-Speed, so I'm good. But I'm like, I'm trying to think of a way to lose this game, and I've given my opponent every chance to win it. Like, that last attachment should have gone on to Arceus. I'm not in any danger of anything besides if my opponent had gone Sabrina here, and I didn't have another way to retreat. But here's the X-Speed. Yeah, my opponent would have been able to knock out the Arceus after that. But no, we're good. We just go Land Crush and we win. Yeah, I was literally doing everything I could to give this win back to my opponent. Always watch for that. There comes a point in every game when you get ahead like this where the objective stops being how do I win, and your objective then just becomes how do I lose. And you have to play to avoid every possible way that you lose the game. Some sort of Magnemite thing going on with Steel Energy. Skarmory Magnezone? We're not too scared of that. It's very hard for a Skarmory to get through a Regirock. They're only doing 30 damage to it every turn. Let's see. I mean, I guess Skarmory Magnezone is really all I can think of. Communication. Unless it's new Magnezone Arceus. Totally could be. It is, I think. Yeah, I mean, he's probably still playing the electric one to just get an extra energy in play. But in that case, do I got to worry about my Larvitar getting attacked? Can I just save this for a turn? Because what would suck is if I go Leaf into Regirock and then I just get Sabrina right back up. On that note, why don't I Sabrina this Arceus and just make my opponent's life a little bit more difficult? That feels good to me. I'm not worried about getting attacked next turn by anything. This Arceus, as I am very aware of, sucks to have in the active spot. He's not the most fun thing. What does the Magnezone do? Is it like it takes negative 30? I think it takes negative 30. I gotta like Google this on my phone real quick. It takes negative 30, and I think it only does 80 damage. Magnezone Pocket. So if that's the case, I mean, we're gonna outdamage the thing like crazy. They're only gonna show me the good Magnezone. Here we go. Takes 30 less damage, and it does 80. Yep. All right, has 140 HP. Okay, there's second Regirock, so... at this point, it's not like the Magnezone has any sort of bench sniping attack, so I'm fine with using the Leaf here. And I'll just, like, wait until my opponent knocks out a Regirock to send up Tyranitar. Or I find second Leaf. You know, whatever. I have time is basically what I'm getting at. I've got a lot of time. It's a stage 2 deck that's going to be attacking with Magnezone, and I'm going to be outdamaging it. Pokeball. I probably just want to set up 2 Tyranitar if I can. There's another Larvitar. So that'll get me there. And yeah, what I think I'm going to look to do is set up double Tyranitar or maybe just a Regirock to attack. Because I don't think one Tyranitar can get through double Magnezone. Well, I can't put Giant Cape on it, and that way I'm not getting 2-shot. My opponent's probably playing the Adaman. So I'll be doing... What will I be doing? 160. I'll be doing 110 a turn, which is still enough to 2-shot. Yeah, let's go for build up the second Regirock as well. We're both in a pretty terrible stalemate here. Oh, opponent gets a research. All right, this will probably help him out. He'll probably find a Magneton here. I would like one of those, please. Found all his basics. wonder if he's being greedy like me and only plays the one Arceus. Just an attach to Arceus, okay. Hey, there we go. Look at the game's fair sometimes. The game's fair. Need to see some Pupitars. Second Tyranitar, okay. So, like, it could have been a double Tyranitar game, but I'm just not so confident on finding 2 Pupitars in that time period. Regirock's still, like, an okay attacker, I guess. Not really. It's fine, though. I mean, at this point, like, I might as well just... I have almost everyone. My opponent still doesn't have a Magneton. So I'm cool with just holding everything. Let's just hold. Let's hold. We don't need to rush out a Pupitar. And maybe I find Pokeball and just... I can use that to tear the Arceus out of the deck and guarantee it. Next turn, I'm probably going to be using... Oh, how do you say? Thought this play might happen. It's interesting for sure. I'm fine with this guy getting through one of these. It's okay. It's not a problem. Might even just attack next turn with this Regirock if I don't find Pupitar. Alright, so there's Arceus, so now we guarantee the Pupitar. Cool. W plays, W plays. Put that back. And now we can go Pupitar. Yeah, because he's not going to revenge KO this Regirock. I can just retreat out of it after he attacks this Arceus and then send up Tyranitar with Giant Cape on it. And it's going to be super difficult for my opponent to deal with that. Wow, I don't even one-shot a Magnezone. That's kind of crazy. I'll Rocky Helmet this one. So if my opponent comes up with Magnezone, he's got to, you know, he's got to take some damage going back, and then I'd be able to, if they're not playing the Adaman. But if you're playing a damage-reducing stage 2, I feel like you would. But maybe it's not even... Now, it has to be Steel, right? Why else would this guy be playing Arceus in here if it's not a Steel variant? This guy's weak to fighting, right? Yeah, okay, cool, cool. Cool, cool. And there's no cape or anything on it, so the plan still is go up and knock out with Regirock. Second Pupitar. We'll go there, we'll go there. This actually could have been a double Tyranitar game. Unfortunate that it isn't. And I opted to go for the Regirock, but yeah, totally could have been double Tyranitar. I didn't realize we'd get that much time. I thought my opponent would, you know, find his stage 2 a little bit faster than we did. At least find one of them before I had 2 fully powered up. That was 8 turns of attachment. That was 8 turns of hard labor. But I think my stage 2 just comes out on top here. We can leave to only get rid of 1 energy. Oh, he's got the Arceus EX. Okay, doesn't change a lot. Well, no, with that attachment, I feel fine. Okay. Cape as well. All right, so we're not going to one-shot the Magnezone, sadly. Does 60. Big damage. Big, big damage. How much does Regirock even do to this? 70? I could even retreat for free. I really could. I really could. We're going to have the Tyranitar. I think it's fine to just go attack with Tyranitar. Get up there. Start dealing monster swings. I'm kind of afraid of this guy. He's got a decent damage output. That could be something. Like, he could attack with Magnezone and then go back into the Arceus. And then we'd be in trouble. For sure. Have I played my Sabrina yet? I did. When did I play Sabrina? Oh, right at the start of the game. Okay. 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 A little bit... Getting a little bit scary here, for sure. Opponent's probably just going to retreat into the new Magnezone, I guess. Giant cape on it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I should have set up double Tyranitar. I should have set up double Tyranitar. We definitely could lose this game. Yeah, there's a very real possibility we lose this. Well, my opponent might be out of basics. Which means the Arceus is going to cap out at... What is it? 110 damage? But I've used both Leaf. So if he goes Sabrina, I send up Arceus. I'd have to attach to Arceus X-Speed Retreat. Okay, here's Magnezone, though. So I guess no more Dawn. Just playing the one Dawn. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel like this is way more winnable. Because anything else my opponent sends up here gets knocked out by another Tyranitar attack. As long as if this Tyranitar went down, that's when we get into the scary spot. Let's see. Second Shaman. Okay, so he does have the full bench. He does have the full bench. Yeah, would have been more frightening with Dawn. What is the like, what other cards are we missing here? What have we not seen? I'm just gonna Land Crush. What could it be? I'm gonna guess they're not Leaf. Unless my opponent just drew into them way too late. Maybe they're Leaf. He does have some big guys that would like to be retreated out of. I have no idea what those last two cards could be. I really don't. I don't know what other supporters he's playing. But I mean, I would hope he made room for a Sabrina or a Cyrus. It's not really going to help him right now. Yep, just a concession. Okay, cool. Got a little bit scary, depending on what my opponent's list was, but we got there. Okay, here we are. End of the recording session. Was looking for one of these. I've not seen one of these yet. And we finally found a Dialga Arceus deck. Now, this is bad that he's playing the Mew. Because with the Mew, he actually will get the damage buff because he will have an Arceus... No, he won't. No, he won't. It's an ability, not an effect on the attack. We're fine. We are fine. Alright, pass over to him. I'm gonna hope that a Mars comes out, like... If he uses Mars next turn, that's fine. I just want to make sure I evolve into Pupitar. Finding these stage 1s is sometimes the hardest part. Attachment to Arceus makes me happy. Dialga can be a little bit scary. Because it lets your opponent go... your opponent can put a giant cape on it, and unless you get them to swing into something with a Rocky Helmet on it first, you're not going to be taking that one shot. We're missing two pieces here. Have I researched yet? Yeah, I used one research. We're missing the Arceus and the Tyranitar. We will... Okay, well, there's Tyranitar. That's good. That's good. Just missing the other dude now. Let's... This is fine. Arceus can't knock out the Regirock. I mean, he could with a Giovanni plus a full bench, which is lame. But we're not in a position to get around that. Tyranitar will one-shot the Arceus without a cape, which is very notable. We might not even need the Arceus. Yeah, I'm just going to hope there's no Giovanni here. That would be lame. A Giovanni would be really lame. Okay, cool. So our Regirock lives with 10, which is good. I just needed one more turn to finish setting up Tyranitar. That was all. I'll Rocky Helmet. I'll Rocky Helmet because if this guy gets a cape and I don't find Arceus next turn, I'm going to need a way to finish this KO. So let's Rocky Helmet this guy, make our opponent swing into it. If he wants to go Sabrina on that bench Regirock, I'll probably just Leaf X Speed into Tyranitar after that, maybe? Or just wait another turn? It depends if I see Sabrina plus Giant Cape. Did he just use a supporter? Did he just research? Oh, he's just passing. Oh, he's scared. Scared little boy. That's fine. Give me some more time to set up. I have a feeling my opponent thinks that Mew is going to be an answer to Tyranitar. We are going to Giant Cape him. Just get that out there. Now, a Mew with a Giant Cape will be a problem, but it's just about, like, can we find our Arceus soon? We have Pokeball and Communication in hand already, and Arceus. The rest of our deck is just Pokemon and Pokeball, though, right? It's the full Tyranitar line, and Arceus and a Pokeball. Yeah, it's all Pokemon left. We have all of our utility in hand. Just looking for the last bits of Pokemon. This still feels like my opponent thinks that Mew's gonna get the revenge KO on Tyranitar. It still appears that that is the case. Do I even... Yeah, I guess I just go up and swing. I mean, the only thing that would be bad here is if I don't find Arceus and my opponent Giant Capes this. But I have Sabrina, so they would need two Giant Capes. They'd need to Giant Cape the Arceus and the Shane... Well, no. Yeah, they'd have to... Well, they'd need a Giant Cape for the Mew and a Giant Cape for the Arceus to prevent me from doing what I want to. I'm just going to burn the Leaf, and I'm going to burn the X-Speed. Just get this stuff out of my hand. I don't want to see it around anymore. And if my opponent goes... Should I Communicate in that case, too? I mean, I could wait one more turn and, like, boost the odds. I don't know if my opponent's playing Mars. They might be playing Mars. Yeah, let's do this, because our win condition is probably just Sabrina. So let's just try to burn everything. Everything we don't need. There's second Larvitar. Will I? Yeah, I'll bench him. Yeah, let's bench him. All right, we burned, like, everything. So our win con is going to be either Sabrina or Arceus. This gives me now better outs to it. A little bit of hand thing there, because I do kind of expect a Mars to come out at this point. And I guess a way around that, thinking ahead, I could have played the other Leaf. Wouldn't have been something I wanted to do, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, there's Dialga finally, making his appearance. Do we see a cape? There's Mars. All right. I did what I could to try to play to my outs here. There's Arceus. Okay, cool. All right, it worked. It worked. We thinned out everything, and we got there. We got there. It was a 1 in 3 chance to draw what we needed. It's not like we lost the game instantly right there, but it wouldn't have looked good if our Tyranitar went down. Not at all. There's Leaf. All right, bench Arceus and Land Crush. A bit of W thinning at the end. Oh, let me take the knockout, you wimp. What's wrong with you?